Who remembers the 1993 movie Dennis the Menace? With Walter Matthau, Joan Fowright, Christopher Lloyd. George Wilson, so proud of his beautiful corpse flower, I think is what it was called. Waited years and years for it to bloom, and Dennis ended up ruining it for him. And all he had to say in his defense was, "I made a mistake." That's how I feel right now, and it's a feeling that I know all too well when prototyping parts such as this. You may have seen in the video of me producing these Kenworth frame horn reinforcement brackets, showing the process of breaking them. I put it on the truck and proceeded to break it some more. And that just kind of comes with the territory of prototyping parts like this. We had to move the truck, and once we got it back in the shop, I happened to notice this bracket was bent here. As well, it was bent here and here. Come to find out, the steering linkage was contacting this bracket here. I only had it bolted on by these top bolts, and that was probably a little bit of a saver because it allowed this to flex out enough that it didn't cause any damage to the truck. So I went back to the drawing board, made some adjustments to it, and so I'm going to show you guys real quick. We went away from a one-piece design and went to a three-piece where these side brackets bolt on, and that gives us a little more adjustment just in case things are off on truck to truck. As well, in the video where I was breaking these, I explained that these were for the W900B trucks only. Come to find out, the frames are the same and the frame horns are the same from the B to the L trucks. The difference lies in how the hood hinge mounts. On the L trucks, they're out wider, and so this style was not going to work with the L trucks unless you chose to remove your hood to put it on. And that is because on the L trucks, they have a bracket that comes out and catches the backside of this bracket right at this top corner bolt. And so there's no way for these brackets to fit on there without removing the hood. Because these right now, as they stand for the B trucks, these ears just slide right over the top of these front frame horns and they drop down into place. And it worked out fantastic. But just to accommodate both styles of trucks without the headache of having to remove your hood or hood hinge assembly, we opted to go to a three-piece design. So I'll get this piece of junk out of the way real quick, and I will show you the process of putting the redesigned bracket on. Obviously, you'll need to remove your original bumper and any accessory hardware that is attached to that and up to the frame of your truck. From there, you'll want to retain at least two of the original fasteners. Let's take these apart here real quick. This bracket slides into place. Position one of your fasteners in there. Get it just finger tight for now. Check to see that you're in roughly the center of your slotted holes here, and do the same on the other side. From this point, you can, if you would like, to install the other 4 fasteners just to hold everything securely in place. I wouldn't say that it's totally necessary to do that though. Now we'll lift the hood and I'll bring you guys around to the side to show you the process of installing the side assembled ears. We moved around to the passenger side of the truck here. I'm going to show you guys how to install these side brackets. I do have an L truck in the shop as well. I'm going to test fit this bracket on it to make sure that everything lines up and works as we intended it to. I would like to note on the other truck, these holes in the frame horn bracket appear to be smaller. I haven't checked for sure, but just note that they may be smaller on your truck, in which case you will just have to run a drill bit through there to open it up. The fasteners that we include are 3/8 fasteners to accommodate this bolt here, as well as the side hardware here. So the first thing we do, this bracket goes on the inside of the main bracket. Take the supplied bolt here, drop it down through the hole here. Install our nut and washer and lock washer on the bottom side. Let's get that finger tight for now. Now we'll take our supplied carriage head bolts and hardware. These go on the side here. Again, just get these finger tight for now. Then I would come back and tighten up this first bolt that we put in so that we can make sure that this bracket is flat on here. From there, we can tighten up these side fasteners. And since the holes in these ear brackets as well as the holes in the main bracket itself are both rectangular shaped, you can run these carriage head bolts the opposite direction if you'd prefer. I just prefer to put the nuts on the inside. It gives it a much cleaner look. There's nothing sticking out for objects to grab on. Now the process is the exact same on the driver's side. We'll get that put in place. From there, we'll take you around the front and show you the rest of the procedure. Okay, now that we have our side brackets installed and tightened up in place, we'll just close the hood on the truck. From this point, you can remove your factory hardware that we installed in the front main portion of the bumper reinforcement bracket. And as you can see, the bracket is held securely in place just by those rear ear brackets. From this point, you simply reinstall your factory bumper as you normally would. As well, you would install our side support arms here that support the lower portion of your bumper. Okay folks, as promised earlier, we did get a Kenworth W900L truck in the shop to test out our frame horn reinforcement bracket on and verify fitment. As you can see, the bracket is bolted on. It fits perfectly, just as it did on the B truck. I would like to point out the key difference between the B and L truck is that the L truck has this incorporated L-shaped bracket that the hood hinges bolt to. This posed a problem for these trucks with the other design where everything was one piece, because on the one piece style with the Bs, we were simply able to slide this ear over top, down, back, and down onto the rear portion of the frame horn. Since this bracket is in the way, we would not be able to do that without removing this bracket, which is bolted through the frame here and would just be a cumbersome task to accomplish to install something as simple as a frame horn reinforcement bracket. As well, I would like to note, I said earlier that I thought that the rear hole in this frame horn was smaller than the other one in the B truck. And I did confirm that it is in fact smaller. So we will send our brackets with 3/8 hardware. If you find that your hole is smaller, I would recommend drilling it out to 3/8. That's what I did on this truck. It took me about 20 seconds aside. If you do not wish to do that, you could simply run 5/16 hardware. I would advise against that. Drilling them out is very easy and it's a very straightforward process. I'll see if we can overlay a clip from the driver's side where I did in fact fire the truck up, test the steering out to make sure that the steering linkage will not contact our frame horn reinforcement bracket, and we did confirm that. Now that we've got all the kinks worked out of this bracket and I feel confident in the fitment of it, we are going to try and get a few of these produced so that way we can get them on our website hopefully by the end of the year, so be on the lookout for that. Once these become available to the public through our website, if you should order one and find that there is any kind of fitment issues, please do not hesitate to reach out to us and let us know. We are always looking for good constructive criticism. We're trying to refine our products to be the best that they can be to suit your guys' needs. So we don't know that stuff unless you guys let us know. So please do not hesitate to contact us and let us know if there's fitment issues or things that you would like to see changed. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching, following along. So if you made it this far, please make sure to give us a like, give us a follow. And until next time, we'll catch you guys in the next one.